Hey guys, it's Skulk3 and it is time for me to stream. For those of you who haven't attended streams up to this point, please do not fear. You may still join me today, for I shall explain to you what it is that I've been creating over these last some weeks. Seriously, quite a lot though, like 8 weeks, 9 maybe. Madness. In any case, yes, I've been working on, for those unaware, a little point-and-click game featuring a little blob in a world full of monsters. He wants to become scarier, because being a small, translucent, light blue little blob in a world full of things with huge gnashing teeth and claws, you're not really going to stand out as scary, weirdly enough. People think he should be an accountant, but that's not going to stop him from his dream of becoming scary and then getting a job in being scary somehow. Sort of Monsters, Inc. style. And to that end, it is your mission when you play the game, once it's finally created, and if you want to play it. This is finally created to help little blob become scary. You do this by collecting items and talking to people and everything. The only so far NPCs that exist in the game are a joke shop owner and a bitchy vampire girl, as I believe I've always referred to her up to this point. But yes, so including them and other characters will be introduced later. I'm just mentioning them now because they feature in this video a little bit. Blob gets eye drops, which turn his eyes red for whatever reason. Don't question the logic, it's a point-and-click game. He gets black paint so that he can be black to blend in with the shadows and everything like that, which makes him more intimidating. And finally, from the joke shop, he's going to be getting a set of plastic vampire teeth with the fangs and everything. And once you have all those three things, he'll be scary enough to get a job, or maybe something else will happen, I don't know, I haven't decided the ending yet. Probably make it nice for him, but we'll see. And yes, that's the essential plot of the game that you need to know, and all the stream is me creating the game and doing it live so I can chat with people, and it's a lot of fun. It's hectic, definitely hectic, but it's also a lot of fun. And with this being the last stream of its kind that I will be doing, probably, unless I don't make any progress at all this year, and start doing it again next summer holidays, I'm going to be just showing my appreciation to the people who have turned up to the streams. Thank you to all of you. There have been quite a lot of people and plenty of names thrown about that my brain can't cope with them, but I will most certainly be showing my appreciation to those of you who have created fan art for this game. This is the most fan art I've seen for a game before it's actually even vaguely in existence. I mean, I think I got some of this fan art on the day I was telling people the vague concept of the game, which was amazing. But without further ado, let's get started with the descriptions of fan art and stuff like that. So, going alphabetically pretty much, I don't think I've got anyone mixed up, but yes, starting with Amagumo Ash, who has drawn me this rather amazing piece of artwork on apparently the... I can't read that, the 3rd of August, I think? 2012? Yes, by Amagumo Ash / Ashley Page. And it features, on the left, you can probably tell that's little blob, who still doesn't have a name. I should probably get working on that, but plenty of time for that. And the joke shop owner, who people have related to being like Slender Man in terms of appearance, but I mean, I see it, but I think he has far too many features to be like Slender Man. I think it's mainly because he's bald. I think that's the main tie that people are linking to it. But yes, no, thank you so very much for this piece of artwork. It is absolutely amazing. Next up, we have April Ryan 23, who I believe sent this in, if not on the first stream, then possibly on the second. Yes, as you see, it also features Blob. I think just about all of these pieces of fan art feature Blob, except for Edwards, but we'll get into that in just a bit. But yes, this is Blob standing around near shelves, on which are placed some of the items from the game. Now, some of them were items that were going to be placed in the game right at the very start, but I have since removed them, or there were suggestions people made that I didn't decide to implement into the game. So you can see there's like an air horn, there's a thing which says chair bar on it. That's part of a joke that's still going in, but has been modified because I can't really think of any use for a random plank of wood. I mean, if I think of one later, it'll go back in and whatever, but I think for now we're good to go. Maybe as a stirring stick? I don't know, seems a bit ridiculous to me. In any case, we've got a jar of eyes, which I don't really remember that ever being mentioned. Probably something to do with making his eyes red, but those are quite clearly black eyes, so I don't really know. And nose glasses and paint. Actually, no, that's water. My bad. And yes, so also thank you so very much, April Ryan 25, for this amazing little blob in his shelves and monies and... Yeah, sure, you can draw money vaguely realistically. When I try to sprite it, it looks ridiculous. Just grumbling about things that happen to streams. So yes, moving on, we now get to fan art which isn't exactly of the game. This is fan art created by Edward18517 for the streams. This first scene is a rather animated little extract from the streams, featuring the Ganon 159 over on the left, Little Miss Predatorify on top of my head, Edward diving towards me, Apollo Naut yelling "hug me," and Chompy, or possibly just Chomp. It's got an E on the end, so I'm not really sure how to pronounce it. Chomp 456, I believe, possibly 465. I'm not sure. But yes, this all came about when I think it was either Ganon or Chomp declared war on me towards the end of a stream for no real apparent reason. Yeah, that was pretty strange. And then it escalated into explosions and yelling for hugs. And I'm not sure why I'm wearing... Actually, I know why I'm wearing Little Miss Predatorify as a hat. It's all part of a very strange in-joke, which I won't bother to relate. Actually, no, I will. While I'm just telling people things, I might as well tell you how this came about. Basically, the very first stream I did of this stuff was me asking for suggestions from people about what to put in the game, how puzzles should work and things like that. And just about any suggestion that I didn't take, because they were... I mean, I'm perfectly happy for my game to be silly, but some of the suggestions were getting a bit ridiculous. But any suggestions that didn't make it into mine, Apollo Naut said he would be putting into his own point-and-click game. And I wasn't there for the stream where the nickname first occurred, I think, because my computer was being crap. But I believe somehow Little Miss Predatorify became nicknamed Boob Hat, and that is why she's currently upon my head, because she's a hat. And she has boobs. So that's where that name came from. Moving swiftly onwards, we have Ed's other piece of fan art from a different stream. There you can see little blob sitting on the computer monitor as I type and look angrily at everyone, or possibly just exasperated. This was Edward18517 / Warahi / other names possibly, over on the left, who seems to be giving me a back massage, weirdly enough, or shoulder massage. Got Happy the Orca in the background there, who is, as you can probably tell, an orca. There's the doorbell, I think. That's a bit weird. How is that weird? I'm not expecting people to ring doorbells. And then... Sorry, doorbell really threw me off. And then Mr. Bloodmon over there on the right with the vampire wings and fangs and crap. This all came about from a stream in which these three were the main people talking, and the conversation definitely got strange. I think it's still recorded on Twitch if you really want to watch it, but it was a very weird stream. We'll leave it at that. Moving on, though, we now move on to artwork by Leon Pride / J Kennedy. And yes, this is, as you can tell, once again, is our blobby friend. I think this is the first one he's been visibly... I think it's actually the only one he's visibly transparent. Oh, no, wait, no. Some of them have illusions of transparency, but this one is full-on transparent blob, as he will appear in the game. And as you can see there, he looks so adorable, his little squishy self, and then BAM! He's horrifying, or not really horrifying, but ever so slightly scarier, with his red eyes and his fangs. He's going to eat you, perchance. Or perchance not. Why perchance? I don't know. I felt like saying it. Man, there's a lot of crap on this table. I'll probably be streaming somewhere else today. Anyways, that's hardly relevant. Actually, it's kind of relevant because it's all about the streaming. But I digress. But yes, thank you so very much, Leon Pride, for sending that in. It made me chuckle greatly, and it also pretty much encapsulates the entire idea of the game in just 2 images. Next, we have artwork by Little Miss Predatorify / Boob Hat. And as you can see, our little blobby friend is wearing the good old traditional skull kid hat from The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time / Majora's Mask. And I really want one of those. Well, first of all, I want a hat like that for myself. But second, I want one for Blob as well. For reasons that you will see why towards the end of the video, because the other bit of fan art that I'm going to be showing off, this is Creator, is the last alphabetically of the fan art, but by no means the least in terms of fan art amazingness. But yes, this piece is also amazingness. As you can see, blobby goodness. That is what I think. I probably won't, but I'd consider putting it in as the subtitle for Scary or Bust. Oh yeah, that's the name of the game, by the way. Probably Scary or Bust. If some other amazing name comes to me in a flash of inspiration, then I'll probably use that instead. But Scary or Bust seems pretty good for now, I'd say. So yes, thank you so very much, Little Miss Predatorify. Moving on, we now have a few pieces of artwork by Lolita Miyuki. Our first one featuring Blob in his... I've said the word blob like 800 times now, it's getting ridiculous, but that's what happens when you have a game about a blob. But yes, this is Blob dreaming of his days of becoming scarier and being able to frighten people with his arms that he suddenly gets. That's going to be like his ability. He's going to be able to stretch and do crap like that. And that way he'll be able to loom over people and be nice and intimidating. Speaking of intimidating, our next piece of fan art features yet again Blob, weirdly enough. And also Bitchy Vampire Girl, who I believe I mentioned earlier, who is quite frankly not impressed by his stuff. Sorry, I'm just a bit distracted by internet MacGuffins. What was I saying? Oh yes, she is quite clearly not too fascinated by his attempts at scaring her. As I've said, he's not too intimidating at the start, is he? But that's all part of the charm, I suppose. And I think people have grown quite in love with Little Blob. He's pretty amazing. If I say so myself, sorry. As a character, I like him. He's squishy and crap like that. I always like squishy things. I don't even know what that means, really. I should probably just shut up now, but it's just what I do. Just what I do. I think there was another bit of fan art I was going to show from Lolita Miyuki, but apparently not. I think I'm misremembering. I believe I'm misremembering. So in that case, it only leaves me to talk about Tony Musher's fan art, which I don't really like to have bias, but this probably is my favourite bit of fan art because it's tangible. That's right, not Lolita Miyuki. Tony Musher / Mrs. Mistakes created for me, using modelling clay, an actual real-life little statuette of Blob, and she has since sent it to me, and having varnished it and everything, and I'm now holding him right here. Say hello, Blob. That's not how you say hello. Oh, it's because she forgot to craft a mouth onto you, isn't it? Well, that, and you're inanimate, but still amazing. But yes, that is how we have that madness. Thank you so very much, Tony Musher, for that, and I believe that's all I have to say. I'll link to things of fan art in the description, as well as some other links that might be important to people of, well, first of all, me, just to be nice and selfish, and also, I think the only real other external link to link would be Tony Musher's Etsy shop, but I'll do that in case people want to buy crap from there. And with that said, guys, I believe that's all I need to be saying today. So, thank you so very much for joining me for this, and I hope to see as many of you as possible at the stream. Of course, at this point, it's going to take you about 15 minutes to watch this video, so you'll turn up 15 minutes later to the stream, but come on, you know you wanna. Just this one last time. I'm not going to be streaming anymore, and you'll be thinking, oh, I wish I'd attended just one stream of his, but now I've missed my chance, and so now I have to go and eat a lobster while it's still alive. That would be a pretty bad punishment, actually. In any case, I hope to see as many of you there as possible. If you're not interested in seeing me create a game, then turn up in about 2 hours' time from when I upload this video. I'll say when that is in the description so that you get an idea. Because after about 2 hours or so, I'll just be moving on to playing random video games and still chatting to people in the Twitch TV chat. So, if you'd like that, then please join me down the description link thing, and it'll all be an absolute blast. I hope to see you guys there. Goodbye.